Hi everyone. Today I would like to reflect with you about what is community. For me, community is a safe place where people take care of each other and share their passions. Community is also the main link between the client of this multi-use building, the risograph and screen printing startup, Print Shop LA, and the unique location in Little Burgundy, Canada. It is also the main inspiration of the concept for the final design, Roots to Humanity, that I will explain you soon. I am Claudia Ambrosi, and today in this presentation, I will bring you through the key findings of the client and location research that inspired the concept Roots to Humanity. I will then illustrate to you the development of the design from initial sketching and sketch models to zoning and the final layout. With visuals rendered, you will get an understanding of how the space works with all the texture and materials. Let's get started. The brief offered an incredible opportunity to create a multi-use space for a creative company of our choice in the screen printing industry to be based in Little Burgundy, Canada. The large building with strong industrial architectural features is distributed over 2 stories, adjacent to a pedestrian street in the heart of the town, with an external terrace. First, I'd like to talk to you about the client I've chosen, Print Shop LA, that is a startup founded by 4 artists based in Chinatown in Los Angeles, California, as a space to share a communal area to develop their own business and to experiment with screen printing and an old Japanese risograph printer. Risograph is a printer before printers. It is slower but also cheaper than normal printers. Screen printing is made by hand, 1 color at a time, with stencil and a squeegee. The 4 founders host an artist residency program where the residents get to use the facilities and printers. Furthermore, they also run workshops for the community open to everyone. Print Shop LA main goal is to be a creative community at the service of the local community, embracing all kinds of backgrounds, origins, and gender. And I find this goal very honorable and inspiring for such a young company. Little Burgundy is a multicultural neighborhood close to Montreal in Canada. This area developed to become the largest Black Canadian community since the abolition of the slavery. The 1920s is the period when Little Burgundy blossomed to become the jazz music capital of the world. In the 80s, the name of the city became associated to drugs, crime, prostitution, and of course the town lost its appeal. Today, Little Burgundy has found a new glory, attracting many young professionals and families looking for a calmer life outside of Montreal Centre. The parks around the Lachey Canal are the main attraction for tourists and local population. The conversion of old industrial buildings into café, restaurants, and vintage shops have contributed to a new phase for this vibrant community. The findings of the client and the location research showed me how much these 2 realities share the same values and aspirations from which I started building my concept. The concept is divided in 2 parts, integrated to one another: roots indicate our origins, heritage, and the creation of life in nature from soil and water. Humanity indicates people, groups, and the strong connection to the community of both the client's ethos and the local population. Next, I started thinking how this could be translated into the design. The concept will bring to life a space where people are protagonists, with simplicity and imperfections, creating a relaxed environment. Open spaces will allow to feel connected and to break boundaries. Afterwards, from sketch models, I started to draw what became a bespoke installation that illustrates the concept and the form of trees. We will see in the final visuals rendered how this space is also functional, not only conceptual. Before moving to the final layout, I'd like to show you the zoning with this page from the project dossier, where the cafe, retail, and co-working are strategically located on the ground floor because this building wants to become a venue at the service of the community. So on the ground floor, it will be much easier for everyone to find the public spaces. One last stop before revealing the final layout to look into the materials and furniture. I decided to keep the walls with their characteristic red bricks that I noticed in many buildings in Little Burgundy. I think it's important for the community to feel like that my design is an addition to their already beautiful local architecture rather than a complete revolution. Finally, here we can see the layout of the ground floor with the reception on the right-hand side from the entrance, where the installation, the circle there with the plants, becomes also functional, not only conceptual, like I said before. On the left-hand side from the entrance, you find the cafe with the booth seating by the windows, so people are attracted from the street to come inside. After the reception, you find the co-working divided by the rest of the space with rotating screens that also display the work of Print Shop LA and wooden slats on the side of the corridor that create atmospheric shadows. After that, you will find the phone booth, free phone booth, where you see the desk and the chairs. On the left-hand side, you in the yellow area with the contrasting flooring, the shop, the lift close to the wall, and the staircase to go upstairs on the first floor. At the end of this floor plan, you find first the public toilets and then the staff toilets with some storage area. In this image, you can have an understanding of the view right at the entrance. Because the space is long, I wanted the visitor to have an overview of all the functions right when stepping inside in order to increase their curiosity and encourage them to visit the entire floor. Here you can see the rotating screens after the reception that divide the co-working from the rest of the space. And behind the cafe, you can have a glimpse of the shop. This is a closer view to the reception where you can see the concept installation that became functional, like I said before, with some benches completely around to provide waiting area in case of line at the reception. Here we can see closer the cafe and the gallery that doesn't really have a dedicated space. This is intentionally to create a more cohesive scheme where every zone becomes part of the exhibition. The shop is also an open space that can be utilized for other functions, as the furniture can be simply moved away. The lower units are accessible for wheelchair users, and the drop ceiling provides a clear signal for the visitors to find the shop. The co-working is a private space and therefore is visually distinguished from the rest of the floor with dark colors to enhance concentration. In this space, there are also free phone booths for privacy. The same industrial feeling applies to the first floor, where the furniture are functional to guarantee ergonomics while working. The terrace style is also industrial to link with the interiors of the space. Here is the first floor plan, where we find a kitchenette with an island right after the staircase. There is also an additional dining table separated by the rest of the office with rotating screens behind the stools of the island and wooden slats on the left-hand side of the dining table. We have 8 working stations and a relaxing corner requested by the client. There is a meeting room next to the windows, separated by a glass wall to let sunlight through the rest of the space. Outside, the terrace is a private space for the client or their private events, and an automatic sliding rooftop will be incorporated to protect from wet weather conditions. This visual represents the meeting room far at the end and the office space, where the furniture are along the sideline to increase the feeling of spaciousness. Here we can see the relaxing corner with the green wall to bring the outdoor indoor and a touch of nature. In conclusions, the design of this space has been created with a purpose to provide to the community of Little Burgundy a building where to hang out with family and friends, where Print Shop LA can share their passions for art, screen printing, and the risograph with the local people and fellow artists, and a place where the local architecture blends in with modern design. I hope you enjoyed this journey together with me as much as I did. It has been a roller coaster of emotions and moments, but what kept me focused always during this journey was the scope of producing a suitable environment for the vibrant local community and these inspirational clients. Thank you so much for watching this video and for this opportunity. For any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Bye.